Hi, everyone, and thanks for checking out another episode of One Cup of Success. I'm your host, Zach Taubman, and today is going to be another edition of Expresso Shot of Insight. And today's topic that I'm going to be talking about is big data. It's very important right now, and just wanted to share a couple of thoughts on it. So, from a personal data standpoint, it's growing exponentially, right? So, if you think of, let's say, the iPhone, the very first iPhone that came out in 2007, which crazy to believe that that was 15 years ago, but that very first iPhone only had options of a 4 GB and an 8 GB uh, service for the phone. And now with this most recent iPhone, the iPhone 14, now just about 15 years later, that has increased to them having options of even a 500 GB and a over 1,000 GB uh, of data. So even within the personal space of how your data is being used, you're exponentially growing in that aspect. And then from the business standpoint, from companies, so many companies are rushing now to get people that can actually make make sense of some of the data that they're working with. A Forbes magazine recently posted an article talking about how big data is roughly 80% to 90% of it is unstructured data, and with that, uh, they also interviewed different companies and surveyed them, and it turns out that a whopping 95% of them are really in need of getting people that are going to be helpful for transforming that unstructured data into something that can be useful for them. So I guess a couple of things that I would say is don't be afraid of the big data. Take it on yourself and learn how to manipulate data. I think Excel is a great way, but I think there's a lot better ways that are coming out, and it's making Excel really like the baseline of knowing how to manipulate data. But then there's also like new things like Alteryx and Power BI, Tableau. These are all great tools that you can use to continue to manipulate your data from a company standpoint. So if you're in, it really doesn't matter what type of function you're in. If you're in HR, finance, marketing, any function within the business, it's very helpful to really get a grasp on this big data. So I would recommend it to anybody to really try to learn some of these new tools on data manipulation. And yeah, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Hope everyone has a great week.